Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dorothy Morgan, and I'm a professional astrologer. Today we're going to talk about the full moon in Sagittarius, which occurs on May 27th at 7:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, things that happen in the energy we focus on with the Sagittarius full moon is the quest for truth, peace of mind, it's freedom-loving, it's adventure, it's travel. We have faith and optimism as well. And then on very mundane issues, we have legal issues, we have finding solutions, and overcoming excesses. Sagittarius is mutable fire energy, and that tends to make this energy not quite as focused as other energies. So how do we work with these energies with the full moon? We know the full moon is about releasing energy. So anytime after 7:07 p.m. on the 27th of May, it's about writing down the things we want to remove from our lives, and then we burn the paper. The chart of the day is mainly mutable energy, but it's also a lot of oppositions, and oppositions in the charts in astrology is about awareness, and it speaks to partnerships as well. So with this mutable fire energy, we need to be very flexible during this full moon and not become overwhelmed and stuck and unable to move. The main thing is trust. Trusting ourselves, trusting our inner knowingness, and our connection to our higher selves. So anytime after the full moon, we can easily release any doubts that we have surrounding the trust in ourselves. And our partners in our lives are going to make this very aware to us what it is that we're not trusting in ourselves or what we may not trust in them. And this is one of the things we can address with this full moon. Sagittarius energy tends to be easily influenced by others, and it makes them not sure of how they feel. If you know a Sagittarius, you know that they're pretty easygoing, but that also means making a decision isn't always the easiest thing for them to do, and you Sagittarians out there know exactly what I mean. So with this energy, even if you are or are not a Sagittarius, the full moon happens somewhere in your chart, and so we get to look at our own ethics and our own morality, and we get to compare that to what others say and do around us. And this is very strong with the full moon, especially with all the oppositions that are going on. The moon squaring Venus. We have Uranus moving into Aries on the 27th as well. So it's about independence, being independent within relationships. And the things that are showing up now with the full moon is what isn't working. So what we need to do after the full moon, again, we get to sit down, meditate, and start asking yourself some questions, write some notes, what is working in your life and what isn't. And again, it will be related to partnerships and relationships, but it does not necessarily mean this is your spouse or your partner. It can very well be a friend relationship, a work relationship. Again, depends on where the full moon happens in your own chart. It's important that we take the time with this full moon to really sit down and think about these things. Again, mutable energy with Sagittarius isn't easy to sit still and focus, but give it a shot. It's most important that we do. And again, being truthful is very important with Sagittarius energy, but truthful can go too far, and we can be blunt. And it's not a good thing to be blunt at the expense of someone else's feelings. So we need to pay attention to that too. Are we a regular person who puts their foot in their mouth? If they do, then that's something you can write down and try to release some of that you're more aware of what you're saying before you say it. Another aspect of Sagittarius energy is just everything is always fine. Everything is good no matter what. Again, not able to make decisions or choices. And this is kind of like a Pollyanna approach. And we want to remove a little bit of that too. It's great to have a good attitude, but it's also important that we're very real in our lives. So if this speaks to you at all, focus on that for yourself. Some of the downsides, the unskilled applications of Sagittarius energy can be self-defeating. So here's a sample. I want the habit of being blunt easily lifted from me. Write that down, burn that. Let's see. I want all self-sabotaging carelessness easily lifted from me. I want the habit of the Pollyanna approaches that undermine my life totally lifted from me. Things like this are very important that we should do during this Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius energy can also overdo it. It's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the great expander, the great benefic. So if you are overdoing it or being very excessive in some area of your life, you can put down that I want the tendency to over-excess and overdoing things easily lifted from me. These are all little ideas. Grasp onto what you want, but ultimately what you need to do is just sit down for a while after the full moon, listen to yourself, connect to your higher self, to spirit, and then write down the things that seem most important to you that need to leave your life at this time. And then burn that paper, release it to the universe, and don't think about it again. Just know that your higher self has got the message, and that you're going to slowly walk the path that's a little different and much more harmonious with the freedom-loving, adventure-loving Sagittarius full moon. We also have Uranus moving into Aries on May 27th as well, for the first time in 83 years. And this energy is definitely freedom-loving and independent, so it works well with the Sagittarius full moon. So I'm going to be posting a separate video on that in a few minutes, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you all for listening, and please visit my website. I do phone consultations if you're interested in finding out where any of these energies are happening in your life, because it is a little bit different for all 12 zodiac signs. This is general information that we all can use, but if you want a more specific personal reading, please contact me through my website, naturalrightscharms.com. It should be on the screen right now. And thank you very much for listening. I honor all of you for who you are. Thank you so much, and blessed be.